guys, and welcome to a video. And today we're gonna talk about why Murderers vs. Sheriffs just sucks. Okay, now this is gonna be my only opinion. It's your opinion. I don't really care if it's your opinion. It's just that the Murderers vs. Sheriffs just suck for me. Okay, so I'm just gonna start the video. Also, this is my opinion. It's your opinion if you hate Murderers vs. Sheriffs. I don't really care if your opinion makes it better. I'm not gonna play this game. I'm not gonna do a gameplay because maybe I'll just lose focus on the game since I'm most likely addicted. Anyways, the first reason of the game is basically the game is just so unbalanced. Like the gameplay is just super unbalanced. Okay, here's the reason why the game is super unbalanced. First of all, the sheriffs and the murderers comparison. Now the sheriffs is just super easy to kill any player when you're the sheriff. Like you can just be in range. You can be a range yard, and you can even go through fence gates. While the murderers cannot, which for some reason doesn't even make sense. And the sheriffs are basically almost unstoppable. When they're swarms, they're basically super unstoppable. You can't beat them. Even with many murders as you can, they'll still beat you because their projectiles are way much faster than murderers, like 100 times speed than the murderer's knife. And if the sheriff hits the player, hit the murderer, and boom, it's basically an insta kill. It's almost impossible to dodge a bullet. If you can, however, if you can dodge a bullet, there'll still be more when there's swarms of them. It's basically almost hard to survive against sheriffs. Okay, and almost all the players are basically all sheriffs. So most of them are full. Like, dude, every server I join is basically all sheriffs. Why? Because sheriffs are very easy to use. I tried the sheriff once. It's kind of boring with this because I keep spawn camping. I don't want to spawn camp, so I leave the game already. And it was kind of fun, but I don't want to spawn camp people. I don't want to abuse. And it's just so unfair for the murderers. Most of the sheriffs are toxic. All the sheriffs in this game are toxic. Like, for example, I keep seeing a sheriff just saying if she gets like 20 kill streak, they'll most likely say, "Wow, hacker." They'll just say hacker. And most murderers are not toxic. Only the sheriffs are toxic. They're not even the sheriffs. Are most likely kids. I can already tell they're kids since most of them are toxic and kids are just mostly toxic. I'm a kid also, but I don't do toxic stuff. And the murderers gameplay just sucks. And the murder gameplay just sucks, man. Like, dude, a knife throw can't even go through fence gates while the sheriffs can. It's almost hard. It's hard when you're challenging like in the mansion where the grass fields are in the center and you're in the top floor. But guess what? It's so hard to get through the fence gate. It's so hard to throw your knife when you're trying to throw it in the fence gate. Why? Because the projectile is just the knife is just so big that you have to aim at their head to do that, to make it work. But it's almost, but we already know that shooting their head is almost so hard. You're gonna have to predict their movements, and the murderous projectiles are basically just slow. They'll basically, the sheriffs just give you time. Sure, they melee can help. However, most of the time you're basically just gonna fight range versus a gun. So you're just gonna have to fight range throwing mode. So the melee is just useless anyway. And also, for some reason, the game doesn't have any perks. And I know you're just gonna say, well, what's the problem with that? Well, first of all, it's almost all the maps are so big that the sheriffs can easily target you since their projectile speed is so fast, like heck, and the sheriff just, and the murderers have a projectile speed, so they basically are useless against far maps like 10 meters away, 20 meters away, and it's almost easy to dodge their projectiles since the murderer's projectile is fast, while the sheriffs have faster attack, faster bullet speed. So basically, sheriff will most likely win all the time. And the real reason why most of the sheriff team is full is because, well, like I said before, sheriffs are very easy to use. They're super easy to use. Most of the maps they pick are just so easy. What? Making baby. It's just so easy to be sheriff. That's just almost guaranteed that you will win. Also, the second reason is basically remember that the sheriffs are most likely toxic. Well, they're more than that. They also most of the sheriffs spawn camp, wall camp, and other camping stuff that I don't know. They go to the high ground most of the time, the murderers have huge disadvantage of that, since they cannot even stand a chance, since their only reliable weapon is the melee. Sure, the melee sounds useful, but however, most of the time you're just gonna have to fight range, since most of the sheriffs are most likely gonna go to distance and run away. And also, the murderer has the same speed as the sheriff, so you have to be sneaky to kill the king or other stuff. I think and also the gameplay is just so unfair for the murderers. They don't have a speed buff. They almost have the same stuff as the sheriff, but weaker. So you're basically gonna be useless against them. They have the same stuff: throwing knives, and then speed, height, health. The only difference is while the murderer has melee, and the sheriff doesn't have melee. And you might say, well, why is the melee so bad? Well, like I said, most of the time you have to go to the range, so you're gonna have to fight range, so it's completely useless. Now how do I make it balance? Well, how about increase the murderer's health, like 2 shots like the king, so it'll be more fair. Or make the murderer has a speed buff, and it's a passive ability like 10% like the haste, and the perk, the 3,000 coins perk, where you get a haste like 10% of their speed buff than normal. And you'll be you'll be a bit faster for the sheriff than the sheriff, so it will make fair. Or you can make the murder, they make 2 shots to kill the murder. That will make the game a lot fair, since the murderers cannot go fences, and the updates in this game are just so bad. Like, this is the updates that you get. This is the updates. See, this is the recent update. This is only the first update. This is the first update. Refresh the look of the menu, press the grayscale for the images. Okay, what's the point of that? They're the same updates, except they're a lot, they're a lot, they're a lot good. I don't know how is that gonna help the gameplay. It just only make it a little bit more quality. I don't know how is that gonna help the gameplay, but basically just kind of this update is kind of useless. And also, this has been updated for 6 to 9. This has been released for in July 9, 2020, and this has updated October 5, 2021. So this is basically today's world, I think. I don't know the date, but okay. I mean, this sounds good, but however, it doesn't change the gameplay, and it's only for the menu, so it's basically crap. So this is probably one of the most pointless updates that I have ever seen. Even pointless than the Nicholas updates on than the Godly shop, since the Godlies are just so useless. They're basically skins. They're too overpriced, and they don't do anything. Also, you can. There's another good thing. There's another battle. Now we're gonna talk about the battle pass. The battle pass are just kind of crap. Now this battle pass is probably one of the most pointless battle pass I have ever seen. But I'll have to wait to the Okay, I'm just gonna talk about the battle pass. Now the battle pass. Now you can get a kill effect of golden. Only a kill effect. You can't buy anything. You can buy the jump boost and speed boost. However, they're just a pay to win. It's a pay to win with Game Pass. It's basically a pay to win Game Pass. However, the most worthless battle pass that I've ever seen is the effect battle pass. Now this effect in this game has only the battle pass. What it gives you is basically a kill effect. Yes, a kill effect. It's basically like Arsenal, the golden gun and the golden knife in Arsenal. Every time you kill a person, they turn into gold. And your knife skin is basically knife or gun skin is basically now gold instead of default. I don't know how is that gonna help the gameplay. The only useful thing that I find is the speed and jump boost, which, like I said, most of these players don't buy the Game Pass, so this Game Pass is kind of useless. Most people of the game won't even buy the speed and jump boost battle pass, in my opinion. I'm not seeing a lot of players buying it because it's basically pay to win, and pay to winners are basically want to pay, like I said, pay to win. So it's completely this kill effect battle pass is probably one of the most useless items, most useless thing that I've ever seen in my life. Who would even buy that? The only thing I found someone buy that is 4 people. 4 people, and I only saw 4 people buy this. I think I found 10 people only buy this battle pass, and someone with no brain would just buy this battle pass. Who needs a kill effect for more stylish death? Like 349? Who needs a battle pass that costs 349 Robux? It's only just gives you a kill effect. To make this balance, I'll just decrease the price to 349. I think the battle pass costs 349. I don't know. To 150. That would make a lot more sense rather than just a crappy battle pass that costs 300 plus. It's basically just expensive. That just makes the game just so. That makes the battle pass just so useless. It just gives you a kill effect. It just makes that stylish, a more beautiful that turn into gold. The only thing I found this is most players that have Robux will just buy it, which is probably one of the most crappy battle passes that I've ever seen. You can actually if you want to spend, I have a tip for you. I have a tip for you to not waste Robux. Inspect the battle pass first before you buy it. I recommend not buying the golden kill effective battle pass. It's basically pointless. There's so much better battle pass, such as the jump boost, which is at almost the same price and does a better job in the game. And it's just and most of these battle passes are worthless. So, and developers are kind of lazy, like 1 year per update. That's kind of used. That's kind of lazy, and I can already know that the developers are kind of greedy, since the battle pass is kind of since most of his battle pass are kind of useless, like the golden knife, and the only useful battle pass is basically the speed and jump boost. I don't have Robux, and I didn't test it, so I'm not sure if it's a scam or not. But still, the golden knife is kind of useless, and it's basically, and that's it. I think I will talk about the developer, but I don't know what am I supposed to say with the developer. And we all know that developers lazy, greedy, like Nicholas, who doesn't even care, and and if you want a better gameplay, just go to Bedwars or Forces, Poly Battle, and Tower Defense Simulator. Those are better games rather than this crap. It's just this game is just super outclassed. And also, fun fact, the king, when the sheriff had to be a king, it's almost impossible to kill her in melee. Stabbing her with the king when he or she the king is almost impossible. You have to throw her 2 times. And what's the problem with that? Well, and remember that the murderer has a knife, has a projectile speed. Well, guess what? The king has more health than the murderers. 2 shots needed to be killed, and needs to be stabbed for 1 shot or headshot, or with a knife throw in the head. However, she's also double the fast than the murderer, so you need to be predicting their shot more carefully to not miss her. And most of the sheriffs are kind of toxic. Like, I see some sheriffs say, "Wow, spam jumper, spam jumper, spam jumper, spam jumper," and they just say if they're getting cammed, if they get cammed, if the sheriff came before and the murderers came, the sheriff, they're just gonna say, "Wow, camper, camper." Imagine camping, even though they camped first, so they deserve it. That would make that they would deserve to be camped since they came before. So it's kind of unfair for the murderers if their sheriffs are pro while your team is basically full of noobs, murderers, noobs. And I don't know why the battle pass got expensive. What do you agree? Do you agree my opinion? If you disagree with my opinion, just comment down below if you disagree with this. Anyways, I'm just gonna play Bed Wars. This game, I played this game before, and I kind of enjoyed it. And I retired in this game, and in 5 months, it's kind of boring now. Then there's an update, and then there's no the update is kind of useless. So I'm not playing this game ever. Like ever, I'm not playing the game. This game is crap. Well, anyways, goodbye. If you agree or disagree with my opinion, be sure to comment down below, and I'll probably make a gameplay video. The reason why I don't upload the video often is because I'm like developer. I'm kind of lazy to make videos since don't know how to edit my thumbnails and edit since I'm kind of lazy to learn. Anyways, bye. Oh, come on. Yes.